In the chaos of your daily life, how often do you truly stop and breathe? You rush from one task to another trying to keep up. Yet the one thing that can pull you back into the present moment is right under your nose, your breath. But here's the kicker. Most of us ignore it, not realizing that by simply paying attention to how we breathe, we unlock a power that can transform our entire experience of life. What if the key to finding peace and clarity isn't in trying harder, but in letting go and just breathing? Time to stop ignoring what's always been there and harness the profound calm waiting to be discovered. If you're serious about your personal health, whether you want to stop suffering, get clear guidance on how to stop overthinking, or to be more present in life, now's the perfect time to subscribe to our channel. Like this video if you're ready to grow further as a person. Now, let's continue. Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, writes, "The present moment is all you ever have." This simple but profound truth underscores the power of breathing. The act of consciously breathing brings us into that precious present moment where peace resides. When you take a moment to focus on your breath, you're embracing the now, the only place where life actually unfolds. By doing so, you connect to a deeper sense of presence that Eckhart Tolle describes as the stillness beneath the constant churning of thoughts. It is this stillness that anchors us, and it is always available to us through conscious breathing. As you start to conduct your life more thoughtfully, you may discover that you need to return to presence more frequently. Several methods exist for this, including bringing one's attention to one's breathing, entering the body physically, or allowing one's breath to lead one into the body. I only need a minute. I often remind people that even the act of taking a few deep breaths may be a form of meditation. You simply need to inhale and exhale once while you're breathing consciously. Taking a conscious breath usually takes about 15 to 20 seconds. I haven't bothered to keep track of it as the length varies from person to person to person. In A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle discusses how awareness and presence can shift our experiences. He says, "Awareness is the greatest agent for change." By focusing on our breath, we tap into this awareness, allowing it to transform our perception of reality. When we breathe consciously, we momentarily step outside the whirlwind of mental chatter and into the calm center of being. That small pause, that one conscious breath, is a catalyst for change. It reconnects us with our true selves. The presence that Tolle teaches us is always available, beneath the surface noise of the world. Subconsciously breathing is characterized by shorter breaths than consciously breathing. But when you focus on breathing deeply, everything changes. Most of the time, you probably aren't even aware that you're breathing. It is absolutely essential that you remember to breathe. Otherwise, your demise will be expedited. Your breathing happens on the inside, although you can regulate and deepen your breathing. That's about it as far as your power over the subject goes. Tolle mentions in The Power of Now that breathing is the body's anchor in the present moment. Our breath is the one constant that, if we become aware of it, can always bring us back to the present. Unlike many aspects of our lives, breathing is always with us, and it offers an opportunity to ground ourselves whenever we feel lost in the storm of thoughts and distractions. Through mindfulness of our breath, we are able to return to the simplicity of being, to the pure awareness that transcends thought. As far as I'm aware, no one has ever voluntarily stopped breathing in an attempt to terminate their own life. No, not yet. So you still have it in you, despite the fact that the little sad creature wants to die. You can't stop the part of you that wants to keep on living. Being mindful of one's breathing is one of the earliest spiritual practices, practiced even after the Buddha's time, despite the fact that breathing is an involuntary process. In A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle writes, "You are not your mind." This is a crucial lesson when it comes to breathing. While thoughts may race and emotions may surge, the act of focusing on your breath allows you to detach from these fleeting experiences. It reminds you that you are not bound to the thoughts that flood your mind. You are the awareness behind them, This practice of conscious breathing is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to reconnect with the present moment and ultimately to remember who you truly are. Seemingly insignificant deed can alter your perception of time in remarkable ways. Concentrating on your breathing makes the surroundings more tolerable. Suddenly, everything clicks into place, and for a split second, it's as if your burdens and responsibilities melt away. There is a fleeting sense of calm, as if you had escaped the chaos of your rushing mind at that instant of awareness. When you return your focus to the present moment with each breath, you will begin to experience genuine transformation in that stillness. It only takes a few deep breaths to remind yourself that you are greater than the thoughts racing through your mind. You observe the unfolding of events with an air of tranquility. Tolle reminds us in The Power of Now that the mind is a superb instrument if used rightly. Used wrongly, however, it becomes very destructive. When you consciously breathe, you are stepping out of the mental chaos and into the space of awareness. This shift changes how you experience time and the world around you. When the mind quiets, you reconnect with a deeper sense of peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. Through the simple act of breathing, you gain the ability to observe rather than be swept away by your thoughts. To bring oneself back to the here and now, all it takes is a mindful breath. It is easy to lose sight of the strength that comes from doing something as basic as breathing in this hectic environment. A profound reservoir of tranquility can be accessed, however, when we stop and breathe slowly and deliberately. This one little thing grounds us as nothing else can, bringing us back to the present moment. As we breathe in, we bring peace into our bodies, and as we breathe out, we let go of stress that doesn't benefit us. Just taking a deep breath might bring us the serenity that is waiting for us wherever we go. Tolle often speaks of presence as the gateway to peace. In The Power of Now, he states, "The past has no power over the present moment." When we focus on our breath, we detach from the weight of the past and the anxiety about the future. We reconnect with the present, the only place where life truly happens. Breathing consciously helps to keep us in this space where true peace resides. By doing this, we let go of the mental clutter and experience the freedom that comes from simply being. Subconsciously breathing is characterized by shorter breaths than consciously breathing. But when you focus on breathing deeply, everything changes. Most of the time, you probably aren't even aware that you're breathing. It is absolutely essential that you remember to breathe. Otherwise, your demise will be expedited. Your breathing happens on the inside. Although you can regulate and deepen your breathing, that's about it, and deepen your breathing, that's about it as far as your power over the subject goes. The power to change our whole outlook is in the power of just one deliberate breath. We tend to go at a breakneck pace, neglecting to stop, listen, and savor the moment. Taking a few deep breaths at the beginning of each day can help us relax, focus on the here and now, and release the mental chatter that keeps us from seeing clearly. No matter how disorganized our surroundings may appear, the steady rhythm of our breath can serve as a guiding light that brings us back to our true selves. Our energy may be transformed in a matter of seconds, allowing us to discover clarity even when faced with confusion. As Tolle wisely observes in A New Earth, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Each conscious breath is an invitation to step into that moment, to experience life as it is, without the filters of thought, expectation, or judgment. The breath is a simple yet profound tool that connects us to the present, to our true essence, and to the tranquility that always resides beneath the surface of our daily distractions. It only takes a conscious breath to remind us of the peace that is always available to us, right here and right now. Even if you can't control your breathing, it's this action that has the power to liberate you. Being mindful of your breath as it flows through your body might help you achieve inner peace. Even when faced with intense or stressful emotions, Taking a few moments to focus on your breathing can help you surrender. When you surrender your desire to control, you create space for life's inherent rhythms to unfold. Making space for inner calm to emerge is more important than forcing mental peace. We kindly ask that you release any sense of entitlement you may have toward controlling anything. As Eckhart Tolle beautifully explains, in The Power of Now, surrender is the simple but profound wisdom of yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. Far as I'm aware, no one has ever voluntarily stopped breathing in an attempt to terminate their own life. No, not yet. So you still have it in you, despite the fact that the little sad creature wants to die. You can't stop the part of you that wants to keep on living. Being mindful of one's breathing is one of the earliest spiritual practices, practiced even after the Buddha's time, despite the fact that breathing is an involuntary process. This aligns with Tolle's teachings in A New Earth, where he speaks about how we are not the mind and how connecting with the present moment can be liberating. By paying attention to your breath, you're practicing presence in its most essential form. Practicing mindful breathing has been around for a long time, and it's a great way to get in touch with your inner self. By grounding you in your physical self and the here and now, it reminds you that you are alive and well. For many, the practice of mindful breathing, even for only 5 seconds, can alleviate feelings of disconnection from themselves, others, and the world around. You can enter a deep spiritual awakening as easily as taking a few moments to focus on your breath. Doing so serves as a simple reminder that you are alive. This simple, yet profound practice is akin to the inner peace Eckhart Tolle describes in The Power of Now. The present moment is the field on which the game of life happens. Consequently, when you align your awareness with your breath, your consciousness will naturally follow suit. One way to heighten one's awareness is to practice conscious breathing. Concentrate on this one conscious breath for as long as it takes, paying close attention to the fleeting sensation of inhalation. That is still an important factor. After that, you'll breathe out. I think we should try it again. Upon reaching the conclusion of the in-breath, direct your attention to the abdomen area to experience the sensation that occurs between the two breaths, the in and out breaths, the in and out breaths. You might sense the energy right before you exhale, at the very end of your inhale. You could feel the need for a second-long breath after only one, thanks to how soothing it is. Maybe even 3 would be plenty. Could you spare a few seconds to breathe deeply, asking yourself, when is my next conscious breath due? Is a wonderful thing to do when you're on the move. In the next 6 minutes, okay, I am excited. The last defense is the age. Old, I can't do it now. Not now fallacy. This is a complicated situation. Leave me alone. Absolutely not. We will address that philosophical matter at a later time. I have a packed schedule. Do you not see? Obviously, it's not true. Unless you're in the midst of an emergency, like when you need to administer first aid or get to the hospital, taking 3 deep breaths is not necessary. Plenty of opportunities, nonetheless, do exist. There is a tremendous qualitative leap from your normal state of consciousness to that very second, so you might enjoy it, even though the very minimum is just 1. You have touched something really powerful. Taking a few deep breaths would help. Which number of seconds is 3? How about 15 seconds? As for me, I'm uncertain. The measurement is not going to be mine. But making it a habit to do it several times a day is great. Of course, you can have both, but this will have a greater impact than your daily, drawn-out meditation. If you could only fit in 1 long meditation session every day, the effect on your consciousness would be smaller compared to if you could practice mindfulness breathing several times during the day. Instead of meditating alone and drifting aimlessly through life, what's really important is that you make mindfulness and presence a regular part of your routine. Eckhart Tolle highlights this concept beautifully when he writes in The Power of Now. You are not your mind. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. What if you incorporated a single mindful breath into your everyday regimen? Envision pausing a few times during the day to breathe deeply, allowing yourself to feel the air enter your lungs and observe your body's reaction. A great tool for reducing stress and building presence. This practice invites a deeper sense of tranquility with each breath. A single mindful breath can have a profound effect without the need for extensive meditation or practices. Just by doing just one little thing, you can change your perspective, alleviate stress, and learn to appreciate the here and now more. Tolle writes in A New Earth, "The present moment is where life happens. It is the only place where we can experience life." All right, I need to meditate now. Here we have the archetypal family man. I had a terrible day. Doing it is essential. Thereafter, he goes back to his work, only to be startled by a little voice crying out, "Daddy, Daddy." "Oh, forget about it," the wise old guy says. "My present activity is meditation." There is a difference between that and mature awareness. On a regular basis, it does not occur. In the long run, all of them lead to the same destination, the realization of your own being, provided that you are a regular meditator, which I presume you are, considering the number of experienced practitioners among you, and maintain a constant practice. So long as you don't put any pressure on it to perform anything, it could work. When you tell yourself, "I need to achieve something," you're bringing in time, which blocks your access to the present now, where you can truly experience being. So saying, "Okay, I'm trying to get somewhere," doesn't amount to anything. You have reached your destination. Continuing farther serves no use. To be honest, you're almost there already. You certainly are, I must say. So it is with me, and so am I. Find a way to work whatever disrupts your meditation into your routine as soon as possible. A disturbing noise, a physical feeling, a minor pain, etc. might be it. It is possible to hear a wide range of sounds as you meditate. They work in tandem with meditation without any hitches. Just pretend for a second that you're practicing outdoor meditation when suddenly a pneumatic drill starts up. It ranks among the most terrifying noises that can be imagined. If you're an experienced meditator, you'd love to add the sound to your practice. It is completely silent. Becoming the Buddha is the next step. Conscious breathing is more than simply a meditation technique. It's a way of life. If you find that your mind is racing all day, trying pausing to breathe deeply at regular intervals could help you concentrate better, clear your head, and get back on track. Rather than focusing on being flawless, try to savor the simplicity of being in the here and now. Making attentive breathing a regular part of daily regimen will transform your entire outlook on life, including your emotional and mental states. Just like Eckhart Tolle emphasizes in A New Earth, the present moment is the key to accessing deeper dimensions of consciousness. Let's keep growing together on this path of self-discovery. Subscribe to our channel for daily inspiration and grow as a person. Comment the word "now" and like the video to show your support. Also, consider sharing this video with someone who could use some encouragement to slow down and enjoy life more fully.